What's up, boys? It's Nick from Team Tibble 501 here. I'm the king of the scrubs, and today I'm presenting you round number 7 of the Crush Card Cup. Remember, at this point in the tournament, I'm 4-2, so basically at any point if I get my third loss, we're pretty much at a top 16. So that's going to be pretty important for this match. I'm playing Salamangreat, my opponent's playing Magical Musket. I won RPS, and let's just get into it. So I'm going to choose to go first here. And my opener is fine. It has it has 2 sign-up minings. Whoa, the images are gone. That's a problem. Nope, there they go. So I had double sign-up mining, Foul, Ash, DD Crow, which is like a fine opening. You know, it's not great, but like at least if my mining gets interrupted, I have plays. So, excuse me. Oh, that's what I get for a long day at work. Anyway, so I activate the mining, it resolves, I get the Gazelle, and from this point I just start going off. Gazelle, summon Foul, send Jaguar, summon Balinks, add Sanctuary, activate it, make another one, summon, make a Musket, and pass. So, in the dark, I'm probably actually supposed to make Dweller now that I think about it, because Dweller hits more decks in the metagame at this point. But because I was very paranoid of combo decks, I decided to make Musket, when in reality I should have just made the Dweller. Also, I think part of my thinking at the time was, if I make Dweller, this DD Crow in my hand just doesn't do anything, so there's no reason for me to basically make myself go down a card. I'd rather keep the Crow and summon a Musket, even if it is just not live. So my opponent upstarts into Desires, that all happens. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. They evenly match me, I keep the Musket, they set 1 and pass, I summon a Foxy, I activate the effect because I'm low on gas, I hit a Jaguar, which is like fine. You know, it's a card I can use for later. Summon Balinks, get the Jaguar back out of my graveyard. And then we just go attacking. Get them down to 3,600. And at this point, they summon a Caspar and activate Crooked Crown. And at this point, I'm thinking, oh, there's nothing I can do. They get to summon Max and add 2 cards to their hand because there's... they use the first effect up to the monster, so they get 3 cards. And so at this point, the game is basically over. They get to summon Starfire, get a card, make Link Karibo, pop my monster with Desperado. And at this point, I'm like, I have seen enough. Let's go to Game 2. And because my opponent showed me cards like evenly matched there, I decided that I'm going to make my opponent go first. And my opener is quite good. They just summon Starfire and pass. I go Foxy. They activate. This is where we had a little bit of confusion. I stacked the chain links, so... I didn't announce the activation of my Balinks, which is what my opponent was thinking, and so this was just a bit of miscommunication here. What should have happened is I should have announced that I wasn't activating the Balinks, but I just like muscle memoried and just summoned Gazelle, and so they thought it was pretty obvious that I was activating the Balinks, which I couldn't legally do because I have this in my hand. But I get Dancing Noodle here, which is quite brutal. So they get to banish the Gazelle and the Jaguar out of my graveyard. So I summon Foxy with Will, I get back Ash, I go into Balinks, I make another Sunlight Wolf, so that's reincarnated. I get to attack over Starfire and just pass. They're going to Cyclone my Will, which is a bit annoying. They activate Caspar, that baits the Ash. They summon, They summon Max to add Cross Domination, and then they negate my monster's effects, put it to 0. They attack over it, that banishes Balinks, it dies, and at this point I'm hoping that this circle can get me there. I add a Jaguar to the grip. Pot of Desires off the top is pretty good here. I get to see 2 more cards, which are Foxy and Spinny, and I'm thinking, great, I've got this game. There's very little that can stop me here. So I boost the Foxy, I attack over the Max, and I pass turn. I'm playing very cautiously here, simply because I don't want to give my opponent too many opportunities to gain more advantage, such as summon another Max, or activate a Desires or something, or like evenly match me or Lightning Storm me, because again, they've had that 1 card in their hand since the very beginning of the game. So it could very well be anything here. And so they attack over the Foxy, and I'm like, alright, we're going to go for it. They negate the Sanctuary with a Last Stand. I attack over Starfire with Jaguar. Or not Starfire, Kid Brave, summon Balinks, do the thing. Get Wolf back, summon Spinny, I was going to get back Ash. And at this point, my opponent has seen enough. We're going to Game 3. I have to go first, and my opener's pretty bad, actually. I don't want to see duplicates of any card in my opener, and seeing Double Will in this matchup is not great, because they have so many ways to just get the cards out of the graveyard and destroy all my spell and trap cards. So it's not great. So... you know, Foxy into Balinks, do the thing. You know, at this point you've seen this, 100 times. And this is where I make a really cool play, where instead of sending the Jaguar, I send Rage. And so I can get this Sunlight Wolf off my board if they ever attempt to summon a Max. They go, was it Starfire into Pot of Desires, and I let it happen. And then this is where I get blown out, really, because so they summon the cast bar, they activate Crooked Crown, I go to rage both their cards, and then I get Last Standed, which feels really bad. And so, now all of a sudden, they're free to do whatever they want. Because I was trying to save this rage for the max, so that they wouldn't get any cards off it. So I chain the circle, they Dancing Needle all three of the cards out of my graveyard, and there's like nothing left in the tank for me at this point. Sunlight Wolf's gone. I have very few resources left. I draw Foxy, and they pop the Jaguar, and the Will is pretty much the only thing I have left, but that gets Last Standed, and that's pretty much going to do it. So, yeah, we were talking about the plays here where off of the Gazelle, I thought about sending Rage because they showed me evenly matched, which they did have here, as you can see, which was quite unfortunate. So yeah, and we were talking. My opponent's like, no, you probably should have sent Rage because if you're trying to play around evenly match, it means that I get to resolve my max anyway, and it's a +3 and you lose. So you're better off just trying to stop me from getting to that point, and then if I have the evenly, then I have the evenly. There isn't anything you can do about it. And so that's pretty much the end of my top 16 hopes here in the Crush Card Cup, but I'm still going to keep playing because I want to improve at Yu-Gi-Oh! I haven't played competitively in a few years, so I wanted to get back into the swing of things. So, probably didn't play overly good this match, but there's also not a lot you can do when your opponent just always has access to instant speed, negates from the hand and Regeki breaks and all that crap. And their engine is just so what's what I'm looking for? It's so low investment for them to make very basic plays, and they're very good at stopping Salamangreat's normal summon to where they're just able to negate or stop your summon, get a +1, and then you just can't do anything, and they can bury you in card advantage. So, unfortunate end of the top 16, but still plenty more matches, still a lot more learning to do. So, thank you guys so much for watching this round, and I will be back with round number 8.